Howdy folks, welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. There's a bit of a story behind this replay. This was from the first live stream that I did with Quickybaby, and he has a deal with his viewers. If he gets over a certain threshold of viewer numbers, then he has to pay a forfeit, and the forfeit in this case was being forced to play artillery. So there he is in his GW Type E. This was for getting over 800 viewers. As it turns out, we ended up getting 16... Well, we had 1,600 viewers by the time I left. I think he peaked at 1,800. So God alone knows what else he had to do to keep them happy. But in this game, he had to play artillery. So I made a deal with him. I said, well, okay, if you have to play a vehicle that you just don't like playing, I will also play a vehicle that I don't like playing very much. And that's why I ended up driving my E100. It's not a bad machine. It's just hard to do well in. It's harder to do well in than most of the other nations' tier 10 heavies. I mean, the old E100 and the mouse have a bit of a rough deal these days, especially with premium ammo now being available for credits, as you're going to see in this one. So I've got an E75 with me, and I think an AMX 1390, and that's pretty much it. Nobody else coming down at the town. Wait, there's a tank destroyer there as well. What's that? Oh, T110E4. Oh, that's good news. So 4 of us going into the town, 3 or so going into the Valley of Certain Death to get killed by artillery, and Quickybaby didn't have a clue where to go or what to do. He's never played artillery on this map. He just never plays artillery, and it doesn't seem to be hurting. He's concentrating on counter battery fire, killing scumbags. He's got a kill already. He's nailed one of their artillery. And he was just chuckling with glee all the way through this. Now, T-54. Dodgy shot, probably was never going to go through. This T-54 driver was A, good, and B, using premium ammo. You'll see what I mean. But, you know, I can understand, and Quickybaby uses premium ammo with his T-54 as well, because when you get that upgraded gun on it, it only has 200mm of penetration. And 200mm on a tier 9 tank? Yeah. With premium, I think it has 300mm of penetration. So I can kind of understand T-54 drivers, you know, and Super Pershing drivers, and tanks that don't have very good penetration. KV-5s, for example, you know, tanks like that. I can understand and sympathise with the reason why they're using premium. But it wasn't doing me any favours here. So there's not many of us up here. Those 2 tank destroyers are just... you know, they're miles behind us. There's just me, an AMX 1390 and an E75 here, and that right there is the 150mm gun on the E100 for you. A perfect flank shot at a T-54, 750 average damage gun, blows his tracks off, does no damage. That's just this gun. It trolls the driver as hard as the driver is capable of trolling anything else with it. And look at this guy. Up one side, up the other side. There goes, kills my loader, kills my ammo rack. Guess where he hit me? Look at that. One of the most heavily armoured parts of the tank. Went through it like butter. It's premium ammo, no question about it. But, you know, can't cry about it. It's in the game. You have to learn to live with it. So... 1390 is obviously not going anywhere in a hurry. He's parked up there behind me, quite safe. They've got a Conqueror, a T-54 and another E100 up there, and they're starting to push around, and... finally he bounces, and I'm starting to get pissed off with this. Check the scores, by the way. Quickybaby is now on 3 kills. I think he's nailed 2 of their artillery. Well, 2 of their artillery and an Object 704. He's the only one who's killed anything yet. Their AMX 1375 very wisely decides to make a run for it. So I'm waiting for the T-54 to fire, and he's gone around the other side now to try and catch me out again, but this time the shoe's on the other bloody foot. So this E75 over on my right has been doing a great job on the corner, and it's about time I got stuck in. Now the Conqueror has no armour. And you really do need to get this close to make this gun work on the E100. And now, 750 average damage, I can have this bastard in the T54. I might take another hit, but I've got him. And if he doesn't try to run away, and he's not trying to run away because there's... Yeah, there we go. Gotcha. Obviously not trying to run away because of a tank destroyer coming around the other side, so that was the perfect time. And Quickybaby, meanwhile, you can see a T-62A in the enemy base. And he's been yelling for help, but I just couldn't do it. The second that T-54 driver saw me turn and run away, he would have been after me. The Conqueror would have gotten shots in my ass. I just wouldn't have made it. And as it turns out, artillery defended itself. Killed the T-62A, but he did a good enough spotting job that enemy artillery could kill Quickybaby. So, but look at that, 4 kills in a vehicle that he never plays, on a map that he's never played that vehicle in. So, well done, Quickybaby. But we've got to start pushing the advantage. And we've actually won the fight in the Valley of Certain Death. That's where we've lost most of our vehicles. But we're pushing through on both sides now. This game's over. And there we go. Enemy Object 212. Suicide scumbag artillery. He sees the big guns rolling in towards him and he just drives into the lake because he is a massive pussy. And there's only 3 of them left. Object 268 in the valley. Parked up against the corner of the mountainside there. Might be safe from artillery fire. But at least one of our artillery seems to have a good angle on him. He's disappeared, he's not being spotted anymore. And this sort of range, this gun is absolutely useless at this sort of range. You really have to get into 100 metres or closer. Our T-54 was given that E-75 to run around and fire, and I've no idea where it hit him, but it bounced. T-54 takes a hit. Keeps backing in front of this guy. It's as if he's unaware that there are 3 massive guns behind him. And then he gives us gets clear, gives us the shot, and I fired just a fraction of a second too late. Would it have killed him? Yeah. At that range? Probably not. And there goes their GW Type E. So, that was quite amusing. And we only ended up playing these things purely because Quickybaby got too many viewers on the night. And this was his penance for getting 800 viewers, being forced to play artillery, and of course me being forced to play my E100. But it worked out all right. Well, I'd kind of gotten a taste for some heavy German steel after the E100 game, so this was the very next game we played. And Quickybaby loves his E75 as well, a tier 9 German heavy tank, and it is a fantastic, just a big bullying beast of a tank. It is so incredibly tough. You can't just drive it around like a derp, you have to angle it. It's just a big angular wedge of steel. It's not rounded at all, not like the Russians or some of the Americans. So you have to angle the thing to do well in it. But it's more forgiving than the E100. And the E100 and the E75 are quite a departure from the German heavy tank line. When you get to these things, you play them completely differently. You can sort of play the E75 the same way you used to play the Tiger and the Tiger II, but you're wasting its potential. This is a brawling tank. This is not a sniping tank. And the top gun on it, this 128mm gun, is great when you're up close and personal. It's not terribly inaccurate. It is a German gun after all, but it just does not have the same long-range potential, if you like, that the previous German heavy tank guns did. But never mind the guns, I genuinely recommend, if you're getting yourself an E75, get the engines upgraded. It's not the quickest tank in the world, even with the 1200 horsepower Maybach engine. And if you fully upgraded the Tiger II, or Quickybaby stopping there, take a quick poke at that T110E5 and scoring a big old hit on him. But if you fully upgraded the Tiger II, you'll already have the first 2 engine upgrades. Well, the stock engine and the next. You'll have everything but the top engine, the 1200 horsepower engine. And it's all right. And there you go, that's what I'm talking about. That gun, that range, yeah. It's not a bad gun at range, but that's not what it's for. So yes, the engines. I keep getting sidetracked here. It's like listening to a Billy Connolly concert. Except, you know, not as funny. Oh, yeah, you're not feeling so clever now, are you? Chew on that one, Ivan. And he's backing off. Okay, now I can go for it. And put this gun to use at close range, where it's supposed to be used. Quickybaby's already up there, and he's having fun with that T110E5, tier 10 heavy. And he's just humiliating them. Although, to be fair, the T110E5 has more than just Quickybaby to worry about at this point. All of his support is running away. But back to the engine story, yes. If you've already gone down the German medium tank line and you fully unlocked the E50, you'll have that engine, and that'll make this thing... It's not a painful grind at all, but it's... it just makes things easier. And Quickybaby ends up not needing my help with this T110E5 at all. And you got to feel for this guy. T30's coming down here to try and help him, and whoa, where did that cheeky little bastard come from? Pershing kills him. T71's a sneaky little buggers. Oh, and then we got butthurt artillery complaining that we're all noobs because we couldn't stop an aggressive scout from getting through from 700 metres away. Sorry, princess. Oh, now, yeah, and again, you got to feel sorry for this T30. He came over here to try to help out, but he was too slow getting here, and he kept coming when he should have backed off. The guys he came over to help out are all dead, all running away, and he was left alone against, what, 6 of us? He was doomed. Oh, we've spotted the artillery. And doubtless enemy artillery are typing Gratz noobs in chat to their team. ISU 152 over there. T62A is going to give him the good news. Boom, somebody hits him. T62A finishes him off. So I'm going to keep rolling here because I'm not the fastest tank in the world. And Quickybaby spotted that Lervet over there in the low road, and he's probably not feeling too clever at this point. Not if he can see what's coming. And fair credit to our heavy tank drivers. They have played like absolute bosses over there on the... I mean, look at that. There's 2 of them with limited support holding off. 2 IS-7s, what looks like a T-32 and an IS-8. T-57 heavy finally goes down. And yeah, I know that was never going to hit the S-51, but I had nothing else to shoot at. He was going to get away. My gun was loaded. Why not? Oh, come on. Come on, gun. Don't fail me now. Yes, gotcha. And there's that T-71. And you're going to see this T-71 scavenging a lot of kills like that. Oh, and look there, by the way. This was about 3 or 4 days after patch 8.3 came out. At the most. And that's a Chinese tier 10 medium. So somebody's been saving up a lot of free XP. Now remember the rules, guys. Jingles is not allowed to kill artillery. I can hit artillery. I can hurt artillery. But you never get a 310 damage roll on this gun. It just doesn't happen. Unless I'm firing it and I'm aiming at artillery. It's just, I don't make the rules, I just work here. T-71 there, and he played exactly the way you should be playing a tiny little tank like that in a game like this. 6 tier 10s on each side. And he's just keeping himself safe, moving up, following the heavies and the mediums, and he's just scavenging kills. He's doing what he can. And this is all over now, so... Yeah, Gratz noobs, said the dead artillery player. Yeah, well, we won without you. Sucks to be you, princess. And there we go. 1 IS-7 left, and I've hooked around too wide on this flank. Although having said that, I've managed to get further forward than the mediums behind me. I don't know what they're doing back there. And there's that IS-7, and I think Quickybaby puts this shot into him. Not that one. Watch the amount of health this guy's going to be left on. There you go. 1 health. That was Quickybaby's hit. And he's like, oh, come on. And yeah, he's doomed. Absolutely doomed. So, another fun game in the E75s this time. Low on kills, but high on damage. Certainly Quickybaby did a lot more damage in that game than I did. But I just love the E75. I think it's one of those tanks I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of. And it's one of those tanks that when people talk, people say, oh, the E75 is crap, it's so weak, oh, it can be penetrated by everybody. But then you get another bunch of people saying, oh, the E75 is overpowered, oh, it's too tough. It's too... So it inspires equal amounts of love and hate. And if you've got that kind of debate raging about it, you know that something must be right. And I certainly love this tank. And Quickybaby does too, and for a reason. You know, I mean, tier 10 game, and he was going nose to nose with a T110 E5 and owned it. E75 is a fantastically capable tank if you know how to drive it properly, and it's definitely worth the investment. If you're thinking about going down, or if you already are going down the German heavy tank line, you get as far as the E75 and the 4502P in the Porsche tank line. Yeah, fantastic, really, really good tanks. The tier 10s, bit of an acquired taste. They do have their fans, the Mouse and the E100, but they are not without their weaknesses. So I would probably, well, you know, screw it. If you're going to go down there, get them, try them. You don't know until you try. Or take the opportunity to try them out on the test servers. The next time, when the 8.4 test server comes up, have a go. If you're going down the German tank lines, have a go with the E75. I'm sure you're going to love it. But have a go with the E100 and the Mouse as well, because that's where a lot of people regret their decision, shall we say, of going down the German heavy tank lines. The E75 is the sweet spot. The E100 is a bit of a mixed bag. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. Try before you buy. Use the test servers. Find out the easy way before you spend all that credits and XP in finding out the hard way. So there you go. E75s, myself and Quickybaby in a tier 10, a very, very tier 10 standard battle on steps, having a load of fun in this absolute beast of a German heavy tank. Take care on the battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.